Everybody's talking at me. Everybody's talking at me. Especially fucking Harry Nilsson. Who, thank you, Harry. Yeah, that's alright, Lena. You're a mental case. He's calling me a mental case. I just woke up. Look, you gotta be, you're what, we call you, you need a good kick in the ass. Alright. You just need a good kick in the ass. I know, man. I've been there. Alright, okay. Harry Nilsson is here, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah. I like what you do with this picture. I look a little kind of like radioactive, like strange in the eyes, but I like that. Thank you. Christopher did a great job with the sketch. You and John did a great job with the color. I really like it. Good morning, John. Hi, Harry. Yeah, John's sick of me. I'm always, always hanging around. But I'm here to answer a question on Quora. So, you said last week you were going to have me in with the Casio. That blue fell right through. You didn't do it. No, I didn't. Yeah, it's all right. John has got other plans for you, but yeah, we're still going to do the Casio thing. So don't forget that's coming. That's coming. That is coming. All right. I'm going to keep this clean. Okay, do that. Oh. Because I'm really sick of the dick jokes around here. Johnny, yeah. What, are you mad at me this morning? I'm not mad at you. I was just waiting to see if you were gonna... If I was gonna what? If you're gonna come through for me. In what sense? In every way. And am I coming through? Somehow. Somewhat. Somewhat. You could have done better. Oh, come on! You could have done better, honey. No! You're getting there. Oh, God. Hey, I'm not here to be a referee, but I am here to talk about the Quora question, which grabbed my eye. And yeah, as per our show yesterday, we said that we are going to be handling Quora questions via YouTube and Instagram, and we were going to let our Spirit Realm team take the questions, and Harry called dibs on the very next question that came through for the team. And Harry, please take it away. The question this morning was from you didn't get the guy's name. How do you know it's a guy? Only a guy would ask a fucking question like this. Okay, Harry, and the question is, the question on Quora was, who would win in a fight? Sid Vicious, Kurt Cobain, or John Lennon? And I have several ways of answering this question. All right. Are we talking about, this is my question. Mm-hmm. Are we talking about the three of them are in like a bar brawl together? Because let's take it apart. Okay. I cannot believe that this is the only question that I felt like answering. John is right. You were right. The Quora questions are completely stupid and off the wall, but I happen to like this question. Right, John? Well, it makes sense because we were always... we wrestled. We were into wrestling. Yeah. John's a great wrestler, by the way. John, are you? What do you think? He does, he pins you down. He gets you. He's wiry. Well, he's not really wiry anymore. John's a bruiser. When you get to the other side, you're really in full body. So he's formidable. But when he was on Earth, and he was like even kind of skinny looking, John, right? He could get kind of stringy looking here and there. Thanks, Harry, yeah. And I was kind of a beefy guy, right? Kinda. All right, John. All right. And he could get me. He could pin me. Mm-hmm. He's very fast. He's very wiry. All right, but we're talking about, what are we talking? All out? Okay, so is it an all-out brawl? Are we looking to kill each other here? So if it's the three of them, Sid Vicious, Kurt Cobain, and John Lennon in a barroom brawl, like a barroom blitz, I'm going to say it would be like very even. And this is what me talking about, like smashing bottles over each other's heads, right? And John, you used to throw knives at people in Hamburg. You told me that. I know that you did that. I threw a knife once at one guy, and it was a butter knife. All right, but you threw a knife, right? Yeah, I threw a butter knife. I didn't throw a dagger I wasn't a murderer, Harry. I was just a brawl. Right, you were a brawler. You're a brawler and a baller. You're a baller and a brawler, brother. Yeah, that's true. Hey, listen. But here we go. So if it's the three of them in a barroom brawl out there, whoever you question, I wish, Lena, you knew the guy's name. All right. Well, we'll figure it out afterwards, and we'll give him a special mention. All right. So if it's the three of them, or maybe it's one of those anonymous questions, and those, I don't, who cares really, because nobody, it's really a mess. Barroom brawl, I'm going to say even. However, I'm going to say leaning heavily in Kurt Cobain's favor. Really? Yeah. Because Kurt Cobain is one of those little fucking... All right, we're talking about that earthly... Right, of course, yeah. Because now it doesn't count, because everyone's kind of like in their own out here, and so but we wouldn't be brawling like that, right? But Kurt Cobain, when he was in full bloom on the earth, he was a real fucking nut, and like a kind of one of these really fast moving. Think about the way he behaved on stage, right? But look at how Sid Vicious behaved on stage. Well, yeah, it's really kind of okay. All right, so it's really kind of even. And I would say John is the biggest pussycat of them all. Not to borrow, but to borrow from our album name. John's a pussycat, right, John? I am a pussycat. Yeah. He's not one of these. He talks tough. He's not tough. Mm-hmm. He's not tough. He's a big baby. He's a schmaltzy. He's a schmaltz king. Schmaltz king, Johnny? Yeah, kinda. All right. You don't get romantic when I'm here, please. All right. And Lena, I want to do music, but we'll do it later. I do music with you or without you. That's a lead into a song, isn't it? Without you, yes. How are you, Lena? Are you holding up all right? I am, Harry. This is a nice way to start the day. I appreciate you coming in for this question. I really do. So you wanted to take the question? Thank you. You're welcome, Harry. We love you. You know that, yeah. I know you do. I know. Your daughter is lovely. She runs your web. Yeah, she's beautiful. She looks so much like Una when my wife was young. Mm. How is your wife, Una? We're very happy. Everything is wonderful out here. Mm. And you got no worries down there. You're coming home. You're coming to the good place. You're in the good place. Just follow Johnny. Johnny's got you. We're all there. You're like in a safe little bubble, honey. You're in a safe little bubble. I feel safe this morning. Just this morning? Well, John's not talking to me. I'm sitting here being happy and letting Harry take it because I don't want you to overexert yourself. We have a lot to do later. If you get my drift, kitten. Yes, I do. Don't sound so excited about it. I am excited about it. We got a new yoga mat. That we did. Do you get the feeling that everything he says has like a dirty intonation? Intonation? Is that the right word? I don't know. Intonation? No, whatever. Harry, yeah. Bar fight. All right, so now we're out of the bar and we're talking one-on-one. Okay? Now this is crazy because we got to take this whole thing apart like this. No, I don't think we should. I think we should talk about the three of them. Well, no, you can say, would John and Sid Vicious... Sid Vicious is a giant pussycat, too. Yeah, he is a giant pussycat. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. He really doesn't want to. So really what we're talking about is just like these guys when they were on the earth, incarnated as these rock stars, and they were usually always under the influence when they would be fighting, right? Mm-hmm. Okay, so Sid Vicious and Kurt Cobain, let's see. I'm gonna say they wouldn't fight. Mm-hmm. I don't know. But wait, what who would win? I don't know. I don't know. They were more into like destroying things around them and like making themselves bleed, weren't they? Didn't they like, yeah, they were always hurting themselves, like throwing themselves around, right? It was like a self thing. So I don't know. And, okay, so, and John Lennon, you know what? John's not even in this equation. He can't be. He was just not a fighter. Like, he wouldn't, but what about, go ahead. The night that he was fighting with Phil when he was at the studio and they had to tie him down and he was, in California. Right. You know who got it the worst that night? Fucking May Pang. That's who got it the worst. Really, May Pang got it the worst. He was like strangling her. He was like wanting to murder her. It's like the one woman that he was supposedly with was the one that he fucking was gonna murder in a blind rage. Why was that, John? Because I felt she had ulterior motives and that she was wicked. That there was there was a wickedness. I don't know how comfortable you feel, Lena, about talking about this, but it's up to you what you want to talk about with this. I feel like she's friends with Julian and, you know, whatever May did, she's got to live with it. All right, good answer. You know, whatever May's problem was or however May was operating back then, right. All right, but let me say one thing. Go ahead, Harry. Just keep this in mind, and I know you don't need me to tell. I'm just putting this out there about May Pang. John would never kick a woman to the curb the way he did with May Pang, unless she was a fucking cretin. Also, wait a minute. He did not kick Cynthia to the curb. Cynthia had notice. Cynthia was on notice that John was going to be moving on. You know, Cynthia was really on notice. May Pang was never on notice because she was never a permanent fixture. She was never going to be a permanent fixture. All right? But John, yeah, the only person that John wanted to murder and strangle was May Pang. He didn't go after Phil. He called Phil he called Phil a crazy Jew, didn't he? Yeah, but he was also screaming out about Roman Polanski. Like, nobody knew what John was talking about that night. Because he was just, like, screaming around. Because he was blind drunk. He was drinking vodka out of the bottle. And he was, like, you know, doing whippets. John was doing whippets. What you call whippets? Right. Nitrous oxide things? Right. Whatever that fucking shit is. Mm-hmm. John, why did you do the things you did, Lena? All right, you don't have to get like that. Well, you know, I was a speed freak and a drunk. I believe my darling little Lena went through a phase like that for about 10 years, 10 solid years, before tapering off into a infrequent phase of that. Hi, Johnny. How are you this morning? Are you awake yet? I'm awake. Wow. She's awake. Harry. Yeah, I know, and I'm about to get the heave ho. No. You stay. Oh, look at that. Johnny wants Harry to stay. It's such a beautiful bromance. Yeah, so John John's not a fighter. He's not really a fighter. And even when we got kicked out of the Troubadour, right, when that was going down, yeah, I was like the one who was going to really start fighting. John would really be like, he was confused, but he was trying to, he tried to diffuse it. I know he did. He's not a fighter. Okay, so if John was fighting with Kurt Cobain, okay, let's take it just John and Kurt. John would kill Kurt Cobain. He would kick the living shit out of Kurt Cobain. He was much stronger than him physically. All right, John would kick the living shit. We're just talking as two fighters. John would kick the living shit out of Kurt Cobain, but he wouldn't fight with him. Right. This being said, these guys would not fight. Okay. But I understand, Harry. What about John and Sid Vicious? John? Harry's answer, all right. It would be close. It would be close. Because of the physicality, I think. It would be probably close. They would be a close match. Then again, are they sober? If we're talking about, all right, if they're sober or straight, okay, if they're straight, they wouldn't be fighting. Right. If they're straight, they wouldn't be fighting. So if they're fucking whacked out, you don't know. People get that superhuman strength. They go like fucking nuts, Mm-hmm. Right. They're like lifting Volkswagens, or nobody's lifting Volkswagens when they're drunk, Harry. Right. But they are kind of like doing outlandish things and fighting and, things he wouldn't normally do. So now let's talk about John. Well, that's all of them, right? Well, what about Kurt Cobain, John? All right, Kurt Cobain and Sid Vicious. We said that, right? Who won? Who won the Kurt Cobain? Well, probably Cobain. Probably Cobain. But wait, I don't know. Mm-hmm. This is not really a great answer, but this is the kind of question, and this is a good question. I like this question. It's like a man question, A man question, right. So you wouldn't understand that, Lena. You're like, oh, look at this question. This question is so stupid. And I said, hold on, Lena. That's my question. Right, he did. And I said, all right, Sid, I'll bookmark it and we'll go back to, and he said, no, I'm coming in, Harry said, I'm coming in right now. I'm going to answer this. Because I want to answer this question, and if you put it back later, you're going to say, oh, that question is too stupid, and fuck this, Harry needs a better question. No, it was my question. Who would win in a fight? What about me? What about you, Harry? Who do you think I would win? Would I win? Why don't you answer? Would you win what? Well, I would win against John. No, you wouldn't. Yes, I would. No, you wouldn't win against me. You didn't win against me. Yes, I did. I pinned you. You did not pin me, Harry. No. It was even. All right, it was pretty even. Yeah, me and Harry were pretty even. All right, Harry, what about you and Kurt Cobain? We've wrestled out here. Out there, you've wrestled, yeah. And what happened? It was pretty even. Really? No, we didn't wrestle. But if me and Kurt Cobain would have wrestled, I think I would have won. Yeah. I think I would have won. Yeah, I think I would have. Yeah, because Lena, he's a big galoot, kind of ungainly. I resent that, John, but carry on. Well, he was very fast. Mm-hmm. When he was wrestling, he would surprise you with these moves. He was pretty good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like this Nordic thing or whatever he's got going on there. Like, like a Hun, like a big Hun. Well, I don't know what that means, but yeah. Thanks, Hun. And, what about you and Sid Vicious? I probably would not have chosen to fight that guy. I probably would have been like, no. I don't think I'm gonna even go in there. Yeah, but let's just say you decided to fight him. Say you had to fight him. I had to fight him. I'd probably win. Yeah, I'd probably win. I'd probably win, but I'd probably get hurt. I'd probably get cut. Well, yeah, probably get cut. Well, what if you weren't allowed to use knives? I think I get the feeling they get the feeling he might have gouged out my eyes. Really? Maybe. Really? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what these punk guys were thinking back then. I would have been hesitant. I wouldn't have wanted to be in the ring with him. All right, just based on what he did to his own body and what he looked like. It was kind of a mess. It's like, once a guy is doing that, it's like, what's he gonna do? Right? Okay. This answer is no. It's not confusing. You'll see when you play it back. You'll see it's great. Okay. What about you, Lena? What about me? Would you ever fight Joan Jett? No. No? Because you're afraid of her? No, because I like her. Why would I fight her? What if you had to fight with Joan Jett? I'd probably lose. You think so? Not you when you're disabled. When you were in your heyday. Remember what you did to that one girl at Forest Park? Where you pulled all her hair out and you fucking strangled her? That was one time. Yeah, and you almost killed her. Well, that was one time. And why'd you do that? Well, she called me a name while I was jamming with my friends, and she was drunk, and she came over and just called me a name. Mm-hmm. And then you got up and slapped her across the face. Yes, I did. I backhanded her across the face. Yeah. Nice and hard, too. Right in the chops. What was her name? Kelly Mack. Kelly Mack. You never forget those fights, right? And what happened? Well, I backhanded her across the face, and then I walked away, and then she jumped on my back. Mm-hmm. And then I pulled her off my back, and I got her on the ground, and I slammed her head into the sidewalk. She pulled out my hair. Yeah, she pulled out your hair. She pulled out a big chunk of the back of my hair. Mm-hmm. All my hair was falling all over the ground around me. I remember that. Seeing this looked like corn silk. It was very light, my hair at the time, and it was falling out onto the ground. And I was like, and it hurt really bad. And because it was a fistful of my hair. And so I just put my arms around her throat and I started slamming her head against the concrete, and somebody pulled me off of her. Mm-hmm. So you didn't think yourself capable of that, but you did that, right? Yeah, that was the only time I ever fought another girl. Mm-hmm. So you never know, right? Yeah, it was really weird, too. And then she just kind of, I don't know what happened. So my friends just pulled me away, and then she was gone, and she wasn't part of our crowd. I don't know what she was doing there. She was like a fucking wandering fucking little demon walking around, and she just had it in for me. Yeah, because you were surrounded by people, and you were playing your guitar, and everybody liked you, and she hated that. Mm-hmm. And years later, she was a waitress in a restaurant, and she was my waitress. That was the weirdest thing. And I just smiled and acted pleasantly. And did she spit in my food? I'm not going to tell you. Did she? I ain't going to tell you. I bet she spit in my food. Oh, boy. Why are we bringing this up? Because we see everything out here, that's all. And yeah, she spit in your food. No, she didn't. Yeah, she did. This is making me sick. It's okay. You didn't eat it. I didn't? No. She spit in someone else's food by mistake. Really? Yeah, your brothers. Excellent. Is this all true? Yeah, it's true. Just thought you'd like to know that. God works in mysterious ways, Lena. God works in very mysterious ways. Oh my God, Kelly Mack. So no, yeah, that was the only girl fight I ever got into, and I felt bad about it. I honestly did. After it happened, I felt sick. I was disgusted with myself. Like, oh my God, you know. I had this rage in me I didn't know existed, and it just really, you know, it's all right, Lena. God forgives you. These things happen. And, you know, the point is you never really know what you're capable of. You could have killed her that night if the fight didn't break up when it did. And then think about the trajectory your life would have taken if that had happened. Yeah. I thought about that too. Like, oh my God, I would never think that I could strangle somebody. But I was throttling her, you know, and it was like, God, yeah. Oh, that's the demon. And yeah, you weren't drunk either. You were lucid. You were just had a couple of beers, but it was brewing whatever came out in you that night. So these things happen. And that happened to John, too, when he was trying to kill May. Mm-hmm. That happened to John, too. He didn't really want to kill her. But yeah, it was the same thing. Yeah, right, you tried to strangle her, John. Yeah. What is that? Well, God didn't let us do it, so yeah, God intervenes. Oh, wow. We're talking about it because I'm just here talking with you. All right, so let's talk about, all right, so you wouldn't fight Joan Jett, but if you fought her, you think she would win. Yeah, I do. She seems very strong and tough. But she's tiny, but I think she'd still win. But she's not much smaller than that girl that you fought with. And that girl was the same type of girl. Very wiry, very tough, very, you know. Hey, man, she took that hair right out of your head. Yeah. She was one of them fucking nasty little Irish bitches, man. Them fucking girls are very, very nasty and tough. Right. Well, what are you saying? You want me to fight Joan Jett? I'm not going to do it. Right. Okay. So what about Courtney Love? Oh, Courtney Love would kill me. Yeah, probably. I think Courtney Love would fucking kill me. Yeah. Who else? Let's see. Stevie Nicks? Oh, Stevie Nicks wouldn't fight. We'd trade clothes. We'd trade shawls. Who else should I fight? What about Yoko Ono? No, I wouldn't fight Yoko. Yoko wouldn't fight. Yeah, no. She's a sweet woman. She wouldn't fight anybody. I love Yoko's speech about people should smile more because if you're smiling, you don't feel like killing anyone. People who are smiling don't kill anybody. Well, you don't know that. You know, I think Ted Bundy did an awful lot of smiling just before he killed people, so, that's the other thing. What's the other thing? Well, you know, looks are deceiving, right? You don't know. Yeah, you're right, Harry. Looks are deceiving. So, John, is there anybody you always wanted to fight? I think I wanted to kill Paul a couple times. Paul McCartney? No. Peter, Paul, and Mary. No. So you didn't want to? No. I didn't want to fight anybody. I'm like you, Lena. I'm a lover. I love you, and you love me, and you know, the only time we really felt like this, I think this burning rage was the loneliness that would come over us, and And if somebody was not was untoward us in their behavior, we would take it out on them, maybe in overblown ways, I suppose. Oh, you know who I would like to fucking kill? Like, smack the shit out of and beat the shit out of? Well, Mildred Van Bergen. This girl that, her I would love to punch right in the face. Interesting. Her husband, too? John would. Right, John? I would love to fucking take that guy's head and shove it in a toilet bowl. Bill Fleischer? That would be hysterical. Could you imagine me and John going over to Bill and Bill's house and just kicking ass? Hello? We're here. We'd like to kick your ass today. I would love to. She's such a the thing is, she's such a cunt. She's such a nasty, nasty, horrible girl that she would so deserve it. So would everyone in her family. Yeah, well, yeah, they all do. They all do. But I would love to do that. You know, Teddy, I would love to beat the shit out of Christopher's brother, Teddy. Throw him down a flight of stairs. Really? Yeah, I would love it. I would do it. I've done it. I've pushed him down a flight of stairs, but he didn't know it was me pushing him. But yeah, I've done it. Oh, wow. Harry, what about you? Well, who are we talking about? Like, people that you know? Yeah. Why are you showing me my old friend James Verderba? No. I like that guy. You've been thinking about that guy. I wouldn't kick that guy's ass, but your old boyfriend, Bozo, I would love to fucking beat the living shit out of him. You would love to beat the shit out of my old boyfriend, Bozo. Yeah. Richie Spear, right. What about you, John? I did that already. I've done that already. I been there, done that. More ways than one. Yeah, you know what John did? Just to recap. Yeah, I know this story, but yeah, John possessed a guy to walk up to Lena's former boyfriend, her abusive former boyfriend, in a McDonald's parking lot with a crowbar, and randomly this stranger, who was like a drug addict weirdo that John easily possessed, had this guy slam Lena's former boyfriend across the jaw with a crowbar and totally shattered his jaw and walked away. Just walked away. Broad daylight. Everybody saw it, right? Yep. Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was like, Richie's got a broken jaw. What the fuck happened? And it was like some strange guy went up to him and fucking slammed him in the face. And everybody was just like, who the fuck was that? He must have thought, and he was by himself, so nobody else saw it. Right. And everyone was like, wow, that guy must have thought Bozo was somebody else. And right. That was like a weird guy that just was a random, like, mechanic sort of guy walking around with a crowbar, half out of his mind, and John possessed him and fucking did that to your ex-boyfriend to put him out of commission for a while when he was stalking you. Remember? Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. So yeah, we powerful spirits over here can do things from the other side. And John did that. Interesting. How you feeling? I'm feeling a little weird. Like, this conversation took a turn I didn't know it was going to take. Yeah, that's all right. It happens. So you wouldn't fight Courtney Love? No. She's too much crazy woman for me. Well, don't say that, because you're a lot like her in a lot of ways. But you're also a very, controlled, beautiful, kind spirit. And it's not really in you to do these things. Anyway, so that's the answer to the question. Kurt Cobain, Sid Vicious, John Lennon. And we got a little more detailed than I thought we would, but if you're ready to go, let me know. I'm just having fun here. I know, Harry, you're doing this weird thing with my arm. Yeah, because I like the way this looks. It's like totally psychedelic. Here, take this thing. I like these things. All right. Yeah, these are really wild. These are our kaleidoscope glasses, and they're awesome. What do you want to do today, John? I think you know, but... All right. We're going to get going. We got to get our yoga on, right, honey? Yeah. Harry, it's been great having you. Yeah, it's really cool. Don't feel guilty about not doing the Casio. We'll do that another time. This was a lot of fun. I had fun. All right. We love you, Harry Nilsson. And John, I love you. I love you too. It's been great. And yeah, it's fun to just talk. It's good, Lena. Keep the channel open. This is what we got to do. And let's wrap it up, okay? All right, we'll be back some other time with some more questions from Quora. Thanks to the questioner of this wonderful question. And we'll see you all soon. Love you guys. Love you too.